Hello, welcome back to the channel. I don't really have an intro or anything, but what I do have for you today is a Spyral deck profile under the current Justice Hunters April 2025 ban list. I'm going to quickly go through the card by card here, and I'll say off the card names as we go through, and then at the end we're going to revisit some of the important ratios and why I'm playing certain cards. We have 3 Quick Fix, 3 Drone, 1 Last Resort, 3 Agent, 1 Sleeper, 1 Lollipop Yummy, 1 Cookie Yummy, 1 Cupsy Yummy, 1 DD Crow, 2 Ash Blossom, 1 Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, 1 Drytron New Second, 3 Spiral Resort, 1 Terraforming, 3 Foolish Burial Goods, 1 Big Red, 3 Machine Duplication, 3 Where Art Thou, 1 1 for 1, 1 Reinforcement of the Army, 1 Called by the Grave, 1 Yummy Surprise, 1, oh goodness, Yummy Amusement Mignon? The good field spell, the good Yummy field spell, you play one of that. 1 Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, 1 Spiral Gear Utility Wire. Onto the extra deck, I'm playing one of each of the Yummy Synchros. It's 1 Cups Yummy Way, 1 Lollipop Yummy Way, and 1 Cookie Yummy Way. I'm also on 1 Martial Metal Marcher. I'll go over why I'm playing this and not Herald later. 1 Drytron Mu Beta Fafnir, 1 Recital Starling, 1 Ensemble Rabina, the F-Zero package of Utopic Feature and Utopic Draco Future, 1 Double Helix, 1 Platinum Gadget, 2 Yummy Snatchy, and 2 Clockwork Knight. This extra deck is very packed, and I have had times where I've went through all 15 of these cards in my first turn. They all 15 come up in combos. You need 2 Clockwork Knights in certain combos, you need 2 Snatchies in certain combos, you need Gadget, etc, etc. The side deck's not real, these are just cards I wanted to talk about. I don't have a current side deck. I mean, I do IRL, but it's not even, it's not been tested enough for me to want to show it off. Alright, this has taken me way too many times. Let's quickly go over the ratios here, because every time I try to do this, I ramble for 20 to 30 minutes. So if you'd like to know more about why I'm playing certain cards, please comment down below, and I'll pin it, and I'll reply more in depth there. But I can't have this video be 30 minutes of me explaining why I'm playing 3 agents and a rota and not just 2 agents. I've fallen down that trap way too many times. But yes, I am playing 3 agents and Rota. They're very good cards. 2 of them can combo off if you blind call, as well as being a great extender, as well as being a combo with drone. I'm not going to say any more than that right now. Only one of each of the Yummy Effect monsters, because even if you draw 2 of them, you can still combo off, depending on your hand. If you have, like, say, Resort, that can go over top of the field spell, and then you can shuffle the field spell back. Or if you even just have, like, combo already for Spyrals, like if you have Drone, Agent, and 2 Yummies, you're just going to use the Yummies at that point as extenders. Like, one of them will go into making a Recital Starling, and the other can go into making your Snatchy. Or, at that point, you'd probably make Lollipop Yummy to bring them both back, and you know how it works. Quickly, gotta go through this. DD Crow, it's a great card, you're searching out mid-combo. Crystal Beast, Sapphire, Pegasus, it is a hard brick in the deck. However, Resort being a 1-card combo, as well as protection for our combos from like cards like Impermanent Veiler, it's just too good to pass up playing 3 more Terraformings. So it's worth it for the brick. The Rainbow Bridge of Salvation isn't really a brick in your hand if you already have combo. It's more of an extender because you're going to be discarding it with Quick Fix from your hand to activate it from grave. So depending on your hand, Rainbow Bridge Salvation isn't really a brick, so you're really only playing the 1 brick for that combo. Drytron New Second is also a brick, however, again, you're not turning off any of your combos by drawing these cards if you draw other combo pieces, so they're not really hard bricks, and playing New Second comes up a lot. You need it for the 1-card combos to go from Mu Beta Fafnir into Platinum Gadget, or you're going to need it in certain combos where you're going to go into Mu Beta Fafnir after going to Recital Starling, overlay both these into F-Zero, and then use the New Second to make a Clockwork Knight, etc. There's a lot of uses for it, so you're going to want it. Only 1 big red and not 2 because we're not really playing for the turn 3 in this build. We're trying to immediately put the game away. and we don't really have the space. Like, we could cut Ash Blossoms for more, big reds and the like, but it doesn't feel good because Ash is really needed to counteract Fuelos, which is a big problem for this deck. 3 machine dupe, 3 wear after all. The 3 machine dupe should be, safe for itself, but the 3 wear arc this helps you bridge from the Yummy line into the Spiral line, because Spirals can bridge into Yummies naturally, but to go from, like, if you have a Cupsy Yummy plus Wear Arc that's full Spiral combo, because you're going to go into Cupsy, and then you're going to Wear Arc into the Spiral, and then you're going to combo off with this and get into Metal Marcher, and get into Platinum Gadget, and summon this from your hand, and Clockwork Knight to reuse it, and go from there. 1 for 1, yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Utility wire, you can search this out in a lot of your combos, the machine dupe combos, for example. Where even though you're gonna have, like, you're gonna need to search out Last Resort to go with your sleeper, is what I'm trying to say. You're still gonna have an extra quick fix summon that you can go for the utility wire as well, and utility wire is an amazing card. Remember that double helix is Spiral Super Agent on the board, so you just need double helix on the board, and you're gonna have a quick effect interaction on your opponent's turn to top deck a card. Martial Metal Marcher with no Herald in the main deck because we're mainly using this to go into Platinum Gadget and Clockwork Knight. Ensemble Rabina is what we're going to be pumping our extra level 1s into in our combos if we have them through extenders or through Machine Dupe. It's a great inboard piece because it comes with 2 pieces of interaction by itself. F-Zero is a fantastic card and package to play. However, it is probably the most cuttable of the extra deck. It's an amazing card, and it fits really well with Spirals because it gives us more uses for, like, Recital Starling, for example. However, there are different inboards you can do with, like, Firewall Dragon, where you can cut some of this extra deck and have some more room for, like, Zeus and Simple Nightingale and Herald of the Arclight, for example. But Draco Future just having that protection on itself, and then having, working with Recital Starling and Mubeta Fafnir to give extra pluses out of those cards, it's really nice and hard to cut. Only 1 double helix because this deck is very packed at the moment. I would love to run more, but just can't. Moving on to our side deck here, these are just cards I wanted to discuss. Some of these are cards that I used to run, and some of them are newer cards that I just want to talk about. The Gizmek Nagaki, you can play this, it's just 3 more drones, however, you just don't have the space for it anymore, but it is still a good card. Cupsy Yummy, we talked about this previously, you just don't need any more Yummy Effect monsters. Herald the Arclight, we talked about this, the Martial Metal Marcher, you just, again, don't really, have the space for it, or don't really also need it on our end board. Our board is good enough without it. Zeus and Assembled Nightingale are cards that I would love to run, just don't have the space. Princess Sprite, I miss it, however, Mubeta Fafnir is a better card, and fills kind of the same role, so it just kind of fell out. Firewall Dragon is playable. You're most of the time going to be having it as a double link with a Snatchy above it and a double helix to the right. That being said, I still prefer F-Zero more, because what Firewall Dragon's doing by bouncing cards, Sleeper is already technically doing too, and so it just kind of feels like the same compared to having, more diverse interactions with having, like, a monster effect negation to go around with, like, your field interaction of popping cards. Full of those, I would love to run this to have a cross-out designator just to have more ways to negate it. We just don't really have the space. 3 Ash, is in the same boat as running the cross-out designator. Full of those, we just don't have the space at the moment. But it does help you stop Full of those, is mainly why it's there. The Spyral missions, we don't have a way to search these out since Master Plan has gotten banned, so they've just slowly been falling out. Assault was cut for a long time, and I was just running Rescue, but the only time this ever has a use case is if you draw both Salvation Bridge and Foolish Burial Goods, and that's like a 1 in, like, 37, I don't know the stats right off the top of my head. It needs a 1 of that you're drawing, as well as a 1 of your 3 ofs that you're drawing, so I don't know, maybe I'll do the stats and put them on the screen, but yeah. It's not very likely, and it's the only time you're ever going to use these, so you just don't really need them. Set rotation, you can't really play in the deck. I was testing this out because in theory it sounds amazing. You're gonna go like resort on your field, put the yummy field spell on their field, and then you're gonna go like super agent at some point in the combo to pop this and then put itself back using its own effect. In practice, though, what happens is you set rotation and then you try to do your 1-card combo, and then you go, oh, wait, I need the yummy field spell in my 1-card combo, and it's set currently. So it just doesn't really work out with the way that I'm currently running my like combo pass as I play this deck. Dragon Ravine, I miss it so much. It is still full combo. However, it requires too many cards in the main deck because you're gonna be playing 3 Ravine as well as it needs Destrudo in the main deck, and you're also gonna need Ancient Fairy Dragon in the extra deck. That being said, Ravine plus any normal summon is full combo. Just really quickly, you're gonna be like normal summoning a card, playing Ravine, sending Destrudo to the grave. Destrudo allows you to make a level 7 synchro with whatever level that normal summon monster is. So you're going to make an Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon's effect will be able to pop the field spells and search out Resort from your deck, which you can then play. And then Ancient Fairy Dragon special summon from the hand effect acts as a double normal summon to normal summon the Quick Fix. So basically you have your full 1-card combo there. And I'll walk you up to that point, and then you can go revisit the other videos for the rest of the combo after that. But yeah. Alright, finally through with that deck profile. I got a replay here for you that I got earlier today against a Yummy player. We are going first here. So we have Resort, that's starting there, that's our 1-card combo. We're gonna play it, and they're gonna purge it, which is basically an Ash Blossom stopping that. Thankfully, we have a Quick Fix, so we're gonna continue along the same 1-card combo line here. Going Quick Fix in the Clockwork Knight, bringing it back in the Cups Yummy way. They're going to imperm. You should note, prior, they were not able to imperm Quick Fix due to Spyral Resort, so if you were wondering why they didn't just imperm there, that's why your opponent cannot target other Spyral cards you control with card effects. So they are going to imperm Cups Yummy way because that's the first real target they've had, and that does hurt us quite a bit. However, thanks to Agent, we are going to be able to blind call here and call Monster, thankfully hitting, which allows us to bring back our Quick Fix from Grave. Going into Double Helix, calling Monster, now that we blind called with Agent, we know. We're going to just search out Sleeper, going into Last Resort, and then going into Yummy Snatcher here. Not a great import, right? You might be wondering, like, wait a second, where's the F-Zero, where's going... Playing through 2 hand traps, that hurt us a lot, especially on the Cups Yummy way. However, Sleeper is still a Towers, and we still have DD Crow. So let's see how far this takes us. They're going to have the Sky Striker line. They're not able to activate Kagari due to Dominus turning off all fire monster effects, so they're going to summon out the second Yummy. Once I see that they have 2 monsters, I'm going to go ahead and Sleeper blow both of them up, so that way they can't Synchro or Link any off. They're going to normal summon here, and then go into Yummy. Now that I know that their normal summons used up and they're going to go into the field spell, I'm going to DD Crow the field spell target, banishing that. And that's all they got. That's all the gas that they have in their hand. So we win that game. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. I'm going to get back to doing my homework that I should have been working on before starting this video. As well as I'll try to work on some more videos for the future, some more combo videos in the same vein as like the Barrier Statue era one that I did, which had basically every combo in the deck mapped out. Those you know, take a long time to do, so bear with me on that. But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you'd like to watch more. And yeah, thanks.